So can you see where I have my analysis of Carl Icahn's 13F? Yes? Okay, Bailey is going to give me a thumbs up to let me know what's working and when. So what I've done here to just provide you with some things to think about when you are working away on your Substack publication. This is my publication that I made, and it's all about Carl Icahn. So if Carl Icahn is in the Zoom call right now, you can stay on after the end of the call and let me know, and I'll hand over the URL. But otherwise, this is just to serve as an example. So when you start and you do your first few posts, your publication is going to look something like this. And the first thing I want to show you is your About page. Do you see here where it says new, and then it says, what is Linda's newsletter? It'll say for yours, it'll say, what is whatever your publication is. And when people come onto your publication for the first time, that is where they're going to click to find out, what is this? Why should I care? And should I hand over the email address or not? So it's to your best interest to customize this. This is the default text. Let me get my text that I'm going to put in here. So rather than just leaving it as the why subscribe, join the crew, this gives absolutely no information about what my newsletter is or why anybody should care. So I'll go ahead and click that edit button. And then I get the editable page, and I've pre-prepared an about page that actually explains what the content is going to be. I'll cut and paste. So now I have this customized and I save. And so from now on, when somebody comes and clicks to find out what my newsletter is, there's going to be a detailed about page. And what you might want to do, I'm going to give you a couple of examples too. What other people have done with their about page, there's Mike's. Here's Petition's about page. And Petition is a publication some of you may know that discusses distressed debt investing. And you can see that there's an explanation here. Petition makes its thousands of members smarter about disruptive trends. And what the writer has also done is provide some social proof here in the form of excerpting some tweets that complement the publication. This is a really great idea. If you have any sort of social proof, you'll want to include that. Another example of a really great about page here is Platformer, which is about tech. And you can see what Casey Newton, who's the writer, has done is he explains what you can expect when new issues will arrive and why you should join the club and meet the community. There's a real sense of belonging that he has in his about page here. So, let me go all the way back to my newsletter. So now I have my about page set up. And the next thing I'd like to show you how to do is to customize your welcome email. This, again, it's a relatively little known feature that you're going to want to customize. When people sign up for your Substack publication, they will get an email. Let me go to my dashboard and my settings to take a look at what my email is going to look like right now. So you can see I've got my publication name, my one-line description that appears on my welcome page. That's the page that says, let me read it first. And then here's my about page, which I'm just after customizing. And here is my welcome email. So I'm going to click on edit. And right now, all it says is, it's good to have you here. This is just the default text that is exactly the same for everybody. So I want people, when they subscribe to my publication, to, when they look at the email, it's a reminder that they're part of my tribe now, and they're going to be what they're going to be getting on a regular basis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut and paste what I already prepared to put in here. It's kind of like a cooking show where the person takes out the finished casserole. So here it is. You know, he finishes the casserole, puts it in the oven. Here's one I prepared earlier. So here's my welcome email I prepared earlier. And what I've done here, this is a trick that I've noticed some writers do, is they provide links to some past posts in the welcome email. So what's the point of that? Well, somebody has just signed up to your publication, and then they get the welcome email in their inbox. And to make them understand a bit better what your publication is all about, you could provide some links to the posts that you've posted before that you're most proud of. And you can choose to take this away if you want. It's completely up to you what this looks like, what the text is. But the main thing I want to get across to you is to customize the about page and customize the welcome email. And it's just going to provide a lot more information for your new subscribers about what your publication's all about, and encourage them to subscribe and encourage them to open the emails when they get them. The next thing I'd like to show is how to change the social preview image on a post. So if you have a post like this one, where I've included a YouTube video, or if you've included an image, it's going to automatically take that thumbnail or image, and that'll be the social preview image. By social preview image, I just mean the image that appears on this page. But if you don't have any image, then it's just this Substack logo. Well, we don't want that. We want it to be something customized. So let me go into this past post, and I'm going to click on the three dots to edit the post. And then I'm going to go into the settings of this post in order to pick a preview image. So you can see right here where it says social preview. Now, a website I'd really encourage you to take a look at is called unsplash.com, and it has images that you can use without credit. So what I've done is I took a picture from Unsplash, and I'm just uploading it. And then that's going to be my preview image. Make sure you click save. And then when I go back to my publication page, all the way back, it's going to show up. And now I chose this picture of a shake because it's Herbalife. So it actually does relate. It's not just a completely random picture, but it looks just better and more professional than having the Substack logo. Who wants the Substack logo, honestly, right? So that is how you make sure that the images look nice on your page. And just a suggestion to use Unsplash or some other royalty-free image source when you're picking your images. I wanted to let you know how to pin a post. Sometimes people wonder, how can I make a different post appear on the top? Let's say I decide this is my favorite post. I want this to be the one where it has a big image and it appears front and center when somebody clicks on my page. Very easy. You just click on the three dots and put pin on homepage. And then that's going to appear as the post on the top. So you might have, sometimes people will have a post that says, this is the most up-to-date list of my holdings, or a most up-to-date view of my portfolio. They'd like that to be the top and featured. And so they'll choose to pin that post. So just another thing that you can do to manipulate what your publication page looks like. The last thing I really want to show you is something that, again, often people don't know that you can do it, or it's just an oversight. Even some of the largest publications, it's an oversight. And that's how to set your contributor bio. So you see, I just did that quickly. I clicked on my own name. And when people come to your publication and don't know you, the thing they're going to be most curious about is you. Who are you? What's your background? What are your credentials? Why should I listen to what you have to say? So right now, all I have is a picture and just nothing. There's no explanation of anything. So it's a really great idea, and it can be really short, but you can set your profile that's going to appear under this page. And so let me take the one that I prepared. And just, a little bit of background about yourself, or if you don't want to put anything personal, what are you trying to do? What's the purpose of the publication? Again, it just gives it a bit more polish and a bit more information when people are poking around your publication page and trying to figure out whether they want to subscribe or not. The last thing that I would want to leave you with is about the promotion of your Substack publication on the rest of your social media. And some of you have had direct messages or comments from me about this. I really love for people to be able to drive as much of their traffic, if you want to call people following you on other social media traffic, as they can to their Substack, because that's where you capture their email on your list and you can speak directly to them. I'd really encourage you to put the URL of your Substack into your Twitter profile, if you use Twitter, into the URL also, as well as on your bio on Twitter. I'd encourage you to, if you're on Facebook a lot, to share links to your Substack posts on Facebook, to tell friends and family about it. And on Twitter, what you can do is, just like I showed you how you can pin one of your posts on your Substack publication page, you can pin a post at the top of your Twitter profile too. It would be great if that is a link to your Substack. So of course, I work at Substack. I want to promote Substack everywhere, but it truly is to your advantage if you have a publication you're promoting to just take lots of opportunities to let people know that this exists. Because you'd be amazed, sometimes people feel like, oh, I don't want to look too self-promotional. If it's information and it's knowledge that people are going to get a benefit from and relate to, then they won't mind you promoting it, and you might get a subscriber out of it.